Oh, hi. Didn't see you come in there. Welcome to the old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe
world.
Hey, worldy.
Gentlemen, good to see all your beautiful faces again.
It has been a tick, boys.
Little Sunday afternoon action, you know, with
good jazzy music for a Sunday afternoon.
I love jazz, man. I don't know why, but for some reason I like jazz the most on a Sunday.
On a Sunday?
Yeah. That's pretty chill.
I like jazz too when I'm cooking. I like to have jazz on in the background if I'm cooking
Got
a meal.
some good juice to it.
Makes me feel inspired,
Ew.
you know.
That just sounds dirty.
You just feel soft.
I don't want good juice when I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Unless I'm cooking with juice.
It's got the flavor.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
So, Biscuit, how's your week been, buddy?
Hectic.
Hectic, yeah. You said you were pretty beat, right?
What you been all up to?
Fucking, yeah. Slanging it.
Slanging?
Slanging deck?
Making that money?
Trying to make that bread.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Make that bread.
Getting the hustle going.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Scotty spent the week in Kansas City.
Yeah, I was at the Westin Hotel in Kansas City doing stuff for work. We had a seminar, conference thingy.
Doing all that good audio-visual
I
stuff.
was trying to learn.
Yeah.
I was doing mainly signage, so like digital signs all throughout the venue. I made them.
Scott's trying to push these guys into the 21st century with their technology.
Nothing like a bunch of older,
Old heads.
Yeah.
older, trapped in older thinking, older learning models. Like these guys are still thinking their majors in college back in 1965 are still relevant.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they're not.
And especially when it comes to technology.
Oh,
man.
100%.
I've got a computer networking degree that I never used. If I tried to go get a job like that today, I would be completely in the dark.
I went to school for computer programming, and there's no way I can even do that now.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad.
It changes.
It's so radically different.
Yeah, it changes but before you even have a chance to blink.
Well, the thing that I'm having difficulties with, that I just realized I was going to be having difficulties with, is in the state of Missouri, we're very backward. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. We're very, very, we don't believe in forward thinking. So the term, I'm trying to promote the term on-demand content, right? I can't use the term on demand because that needs a Supreme Court ruling in order for me to use it, because they've termed that not acceptable. At some point in their career, that was termed not acceptable, so I can't use that phrase, and that bothers me.
You should say.
So I went to
demand.
Well, I went to Chat GPT, and I'm coming up with like an acronym because they love them some acronyms.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man. What did I do this week? I worked, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I did too, man. I wasn't fun in Kansas City. I'd have rather been here with you boys.
For sure, man. Me too. I was telling you, Scott, before we went on the air that my kids went Sunday school today.
Yeah.
How was that?
And they went last week. It was a bit of horrible this morning because all week long I'd asked them, "Hey boys, do you want to go back? Do you want to do Sunday school again?" And they were like, "Yeah." They're learning about David and Goliath, and they're making slingshots, so they were pretty excited about their slingshots. But then today, when push came to shove, Jack did not want to go, and I actually left the house thinking that they weren't going to be there. And then Jesse texted me and was like, "Yeah, we're on Highway 94." But it was not a pretty scene this morning.
Yeah.
Not a pretty scene.
Not at all, huh?
Has like your kids been that way like all week? Like kind of been like a little bit more of shitheads?
Off and on. Good
Andrea
moments.
swears it's something to do with the moon.
A new moon.
Yeah.
Is what everybody's chalking it up.
Something to do with the moon,
Both
whatever.
my kids are being that way.
Yeah.
Just straight fucking.
Being assholes.
That's how they are, man.
I
That's how they are.
refer to my kids as assholes quite often.
I think it's totally acceptable to refer to your children as assholes
if they've earned it.
if they're being an asshole. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't mean that they are assholes. It just
hi,
means
how you
like
doing?
you're being an asshole right now.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that I was trying to convey to my wife is that
She's being an asshole too?
no.
I was like, damn, you got to be careful with that, bro. Your
but
wife can kick your ass.
I do feel like sometimes she's a little too easy on him.
Yeah.
And that's only natural, dude. The female, the mom is always a little softer than the dude is. But I was coming at it from a point of view of like, you don't have to go next week, but you've already committed to going this week. And when we commit to something, we follow through with
finish what you started.
it.
Type deal.
And so otherwise they're not going to learn. Otherwise they're just going to learn, okay, I can be whiny as fuck and cry, and then I can get out of of stuff. You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
you gotta teach them. I don't want them to grow up to be little pussies that that can't handle a little bit of adversity, and they need to learn that sometimes in life you have to do things that you don't necessarily.
That's just the opposite of what I'm raising. My
Yeah.
boy is going to be a total puss.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that right
dude,
now.
it's hard not.
He's going to be.
Yeah.
And my daughter too, because they don't want to, they feel bad about asking, or they feel bad about talking to someone about what you need.
Yeah.
So they won't do it.
Yeah.
And I can't get it through their heads. How are you going to be able to do any good if you don't communicate?
Right.
And they refuse to communicate.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at in our house.
The joys of parenting.
Dude, it's a fucking blast.
Yeah, it is some days.
Yeah. It's not the days when they're being little shits.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've yet to find any good quality of parenting. I've not found one positive.
Yeah.
And my kids, 10 and 13 going on 14.
Yeah,
and I
but-
have a 9-year-old going on, that I don't really even know that well. So,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't find one good quality with my 2 that I do have that I live with every day.
You don't ever have those little glimmers of
Nope.
personal satisfaction, or maybe the teacher says that they're, doing something good in school. You don't have that moment of just little proudness, like, okay.
No, it angers me if they're doing great in school.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. They're so polite. Really, because when they're home, they're at each other's throats and they're strangling each other.
Same.
It makes me happy that they can go out and be civil
Yeah.
in front of people.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But I hate the fact that I can't have my daughter, who just gets bored. She'll come in and self-admittedly, she'll be like, Dad, I'm bored. I want to do something. And I'm like, I don't have, we're doing it. I
Yeah.
don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
So she'll walk up to her brother and slap him across the face and run.
Just for a little excitement.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
She's going to be a little masochist because she likes it when she gets hurt.
Yeah.
And she'll say so.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
Yeah. I don't even know what it means, but I love it.
Speaking of.
But you know what? It's like I don't know how to fix that in her.
Yeah.
Because when she gets bored, she just twists that nail. And that's only going to happen later in life, too. She's going to
Yeah.
be that adult. I told her the other day, like, if you keep going down the path that you're going on, and mind you, she's only 10, I'm like, one day when you become an adult, if you're still this way and acting this way, I won't have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
I will not associate with you. And I told her that. Because you go through way too much drama and too much bullshit that I'm not going to associate with you. I will always love you, but I don't have to be around you.
Yeah. When you guys were growing up, did you have any kids in your class that were into the whole self-harm thing?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I
I ran across a girl yesterday at Starbucks that I could have sworn was
doing
doing it that day.
Yeah.
She had
Oh, yeah,
really
you could
short
see it.
shorts on,
Yeah.
and then like Adidas shorts,
Yeah.
and then that little split, you
Yep.
could just see all these little cuts,
Yeah.
and it was too perfect
Yeah.
to be an accident or something.
I had a female guitar student that did the whole self-harm thing, and that's a hard one for me to wrap my brain around because it doesn't make sense to me.
I understand it.
Yeah.
I don't condone it,
Yeah.
but I understand it.
Okay, so explain
You have to feel something, anything,
Yeah.
and if you cut yourself, you feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you feel that.
Yeah.
They're at a point in their life where they're so numb from
Yeah.
everything that they can't feel anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that makes them feel alive.
Yeah. And, there's so many kids these days that are taking, antidepressants and whatnot. And if you talk to people that have taken antidepressants, not all of them, but some of them, one of the most common things that I hear is that, it didn't make me happy. It just made me not feel anything.
Right.
So that was what I thought of when you said that about,
One of
just
the
feeling
seminars
something.
that I sat in on a seminar over the week, and one of them was how to be happy for this particular set. It was lawyers. How to be happy for lawyers and have a happy work-life balance.
Yeah.
And one of the statistics that they said was that loneliness amongst the population of the United States, because that's all they were talking about, loneliness in the United States has skyrocketed since 2000, and the pandemic's only accelerated the last couple of years.
Yep.
And the number one, they were like, what do you think the number one group that is so lonely? Is it older people, or
I
you
know
know,
the
it
answer
was
to that.
younger people.
Yeah, it's kids,
It was
man.
it was people from 15 to 25.
Yeah.
They were the most lonely. They felt like nothing that they did mattered. They felt like none of their future was going to happen. They just had zero any kind of anything for the future.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen, and it was young people.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've talked about this before, but I really think social media is a huge problem. I don't think not even adult brains are designed to do that, but especially young kids whose brains are still very impressionable.
Man, I don't think social media is the problem. I think social media is the cause in a lot of people's minds for it.
Yeah.
But I think deep down it's people.
Yeah.
It's people keeping up with the Joneses, and we've been doing that for years, man.
But that's the thing that you do when you're like on Instagram, is you're scrolling through all of these people's lives where they're smiling and they're happy and they're on beaches and they have perfect bodies, all of this. And, you know, even for adults, but especially for kids, you scroll through enough of that shit and your brain makes you believe that, you know, you're not up to par with all of these other people that are doing this and doing that. And, because, I mean, suicide rates have skyrocketed.
But can you blame that on social media?
I think that it is definitely part of the equation.
How?
I think it's a huge part of it.
How?
Yeah.
Because you see everybody doing so well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
basically.
You're not doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But, man,
it's a
not,
huge thing in the fitness community.
But it's not that easy, though. You only see
yeah.
part of it.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. You're
But-
only
but
seeing everybody's
You've got to
glow.
realize that you're only seeing the good time.
Well, and I think that's a hard thing for kids to realize sometimes is nobody's going to post, you know, oh, fuck, I got into a fight with my wife tonight. Or,
No, there's
you
some
know.
there's some people that do
Well,
that.
there are.
very few,
And I don't
but-
like that either. I don't like it when people air their personal issues on social media.
That's
Especially,
not the place
Well,
to
I feel like
air
it's a
it.
cry for attention.
It
yeah,
is.
especially when they do it like cryptically. You know, like they'll say a message, but they
Yeah.
won't mention a person's name. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man, just
Yeah, but they think they're doing all right as long as they're just saying it and not, you know, they just got to get it out there.
yeah.
Sometimes you just got to get it out there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. My social media use has gone down quite a bit.
I try to
especially
very
Facebook.
rarely put personal shit up on social media.
Yeah.
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 I mean, occasionally a nug will slip here and there, but I try to very carefully not do that.
Yeah. I mean, these days for me, that's all I post a lot of the time is just family stuff or music related stuff. But I try to keep it positive. I stay the fuck away from debates and arguments and
Oh, yeah.
trying to change people's minds because that's
Nobody wins an online internet
No.
debate.
and that's the other thing about online, man, compared to in person is people online are way more mean
You know why?
because they are behind
That's right.
a screen name.
Yeah.
Everybody's a Facebook warrior now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't
That's
think
the only thing online took away was the ability to get smacked in the face.
I think that online
We need that.
has slowly taken away our ability as a culture to talk to people one-on-one. We're so used to talking through a phone or through Facebook or
100%.
whatever that
People
we
are like socially awkward now,
Yeah.
but can send you a DM
yeah
just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my God, yes.
yeah it's
For me, it's looking them in the eye.
yeah
yeah.
How many people don't look you in the eye on a daily basis?
Yeah.
That bothers me.
yeah
No.
especially men.
Yeah.
And they've studied that before. Like men typically will make much less eye contact than women.
oh,
will.
you'll get like,
And I think that might be a evolutionary thing. Like, you know, you look into a man's eyes, and you know, back in the day, that was like, okay, we're gonna fucking
well,
fight.
have you ever
know?
had a fight and, you know, or like a fight or a disagreement at work, you know, where it was kind of touchy, but you knew you weren't going to come to fisticuffs.
Yeah.
But the guy who always lost or the girl who always lost or whomever knew by the end of it they lost, they would never look you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they would be like arguing, oh, yeah, well, anyway, well, I got to go. You know, come on.
Yeah.
They
that-
hang their head.
Yeah.
Hang their head and walk away.
That's what that is.
Yeah. And I think that's another big problem is like on social media, you're not trying to, you know, see eye to eye with somebody. The whole point of social media is I'm going to win this fucking argument.
See, and to me, that's not it at all. The whole point of social media is to just show your dick size, right?
Pretty much.
That's what you do with social media. Hey, here's what I do today. Here's what I've got. This I'm balling.
Yeah.
Or hey, here's what I'm doing. I'm mild. I'm
Yeah.
just doing this.
Yeah.
Or I don't have much, but here's what I got.
Yeah.
It's just a place to show things off. It's not a place to.
Yeah.
Have
I can't
honest
get the
conversations.
people that
Yes.
constantly post every single day.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, that's draining.
The ones that
Especially-
bother me are the selfie girls.
That's just what I was
or
going to say.
or guys that are always like. It's always a brand new selfie. That's
Yeah.
to me that's a sign of mental illness, man.
Though.
Yeah, it's It's a bit much sometimes, for sure. When you
I think I've taken 5 selfies in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need a new one every day?
Yeah.
by selfies he means dick pics. Yeah,
Undershot.
yeah, probably so.
Well, I mean, you got to check the undercarriage.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, I got a video for you guys.
Oh boy.
You want to see it?
It's not that one I sent you, is it?
No.
Oh, good. That was from Undershot.
So, you guys are aware of this thing that they had in Mexico?
Every time.
This hearing on UFOs that they had in Mexico. Did you see that, Biscuit?
I did. I browsed through it a little bit.
I sent it to Dave.
And so this guy, he's very well known in Mexico. His name is Jaime Muasan. I probably am pronouncing it incorrectly, but he's a well-known journalist in Mexico, and he's been posting videos.
Well, come on, Jaime. There we go.
He's been posting videos of shit for many years. So
this isn't the first time I've seen this guy with these alien bodies too.
Yeah. So they had literally in the middle of a like a fucking congressional hearing in Mexico. This guy wheels out these 2 tiny little caskets with these little guys in them, but it's actually cake. I'm just kidding. But somebody went to the trouble of making a fucking piece of cake.
Okay, I was like, are you kidding me?
Just like these fucking aliens that this guy wheeled out. And he had they were showing X-rays and MRIs.
Yeah, they showed where they had eggs in them.
Yes, eggs. And then also they had some weird like chest plate thing on the front of their body.
Yeah.
But supposedly they couldn't like chew, like they would have to eat or they would have to consume food via liquid.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at they have eggs and they're made of cake.
I'm not. You guys know how much I love this subject, but I am definitely not convinced that those are real.
No, when I saw those, I was like, nah, that can't be real.
Yeah.
But they rolled them all out for the Mexican government. They had them on display.
Yeah.
They explained why they were crystallized, because they'd been found in some salt mine. Blah,
like a cave,
blah.
I think. Yeah. Here's another interesting fact about that hearing. One of the guys that was there was Ryan. I think his name is Ryan Graves. He is a U.S. Navy pilot, and he was present at the hearing in Washington, D.C. with the whistleblower. He was one of the 3 people that was in that hearing. He was pissed. He was pissed that this dude
came out and said
and claimed that these were bodies. So he definitely doesn't believe it. And I think
But why are they pissed? That's what I want to know.
Well, because
You can't be pissed all the time.
Well, I think he's coming at it from a point of view of he's a serious person and he wants to present the facts and the experiences that he's had.
Oh, so
and
I
think he feels like this is undermining the credibility of those folks who are, credible and are looking at things.
He's not wrong
with
though.
the right perspective. No, he's probably not wrong.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do any like further tests or do anything else to try to prove that it's an alien body. But hey. Did I send you guys that thing yesterday about the fox dog hybrid?
Oh yeah, I seen that thing, man. It was in was that in New Zealand?
I don't know. I'll pull it up.
It's the first of its kind that we've ever found.
And it's called it's spelled DOGXIM.
Okay. I was going to say, I knew you were going to ask me.
Like
I don't know.
a dog zeme, I think. A dog zeme is how it would pronounce it. If you want to put me back up on the big screen, Scotty, I got a picture of this thing.
Indeed, Dave.
Of course, we got to go.
Oh,
through
now
an
it's
ad
loading.
first. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'll let it load, and I'll just tell you guys what it is. Wildlife enthusiasts and
Brazil.
scientists alike, there you go, have been astonished at the discovery of the world's first dog-fox hybrid in Brazil. A hit-and-run incident had left the creature severely injured. He was transferred to a vet, and so then they did DNA tests.
And this all happened in the wild, correct?
Yeah.
This isn't something that we bred in a lab.
No, this was literally...
And this was thought not to be possible.
Yeah. So it says...
Dogs and foxes should not be able to breed.
Yeah. So it says she had eyes resembling a domestic dog and long ears resembling a pompous fox, although she had a dark coat that and barked like a dog. So
Was that a picture with the girl?
was that it?
Or is that it?
That's it right there.
Jesus, look at that thing.
Yep, that's it right there. What do you guys think? Does it look more like a dog or more like a fox?
Yes.
It's pretty pretty even mix. I think
it looks like it. I wonder if it gets excited if it'll do that fox like scream thing.
Right.
You know,
that's a terrifying.
Like,
well, they make a noise that is almost like sounds like a woman.
It sounds like a woman screaming.
Yeah.
So me and friend of the show, Dub Iz, we were out late one night coming out of work, and there was a good little area there by Learfield that's still wooded, and boy, down in the hollow there at about 3 a.m, that fox lady scream came barreling out, and I never saw that dude turn more white and take off. He got the hell out of there, boy.
Well, he's from Chicago. He's not used to
that fox scared the shit out of him, boy.
People have this assumption that the woods is a very quiet, peaceful place.
Oh
at
God,
night.
no!
It's not. It's
no.
fucking terrifying.
Hell no.
Yeah. My favorite animal noise is the good old barred owl. I hear owls all the time out of my house, and it just, I don't know, it's just a really, really cool sound. Owls in general fascinate the shit out of me, man. Like,
boy, that is something.
Yeah.
Owls are pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like owls.
And at least at my house, like, I hear them all the time, but I very rarely actually see them.
A good old screech owl.
See a fucking owl? Those things are fucking wicked.
If you're camping in the middle of the night, a good old screech owl make you shit your pants so fast.
Yeah. I think it's only been 2 times that I can remember where I've actually seen an owl. And usually, if I do see them, they're flying the fuck away from wherever I am. But there was one night I took the boys out on a 4-wheeler ride, and we went kind of off the beaten path, and there was one standing on top of a power line just staring at us, just looking right back at us.
Hanging out.
Yeah, just chilling, man.
Yeah.
They look terrifying.
They do. They are.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, they are, because they've got some talons that could rip your shoulder just completely.
And they're big.
Yeah.
Like, owls can get huge.
Yes.
We had 3 kittens that showed up at our house a couple weeks ago, and
oh no,
we were leaving out food outside. For them.
No,
and 2 of them are gone now. I don't know where the 2 of the 3 went, but
they're probably in a bird's belly by now.
Well, that was where I was going at.
Yeah,
was that they may be
that
owl
or a raccoon.
Food.
Well, and the reason
raccoons around, they're fucking, or a possum.
The reason I say that
is
there's a great big chicken hawk that's been coming to my neighbors up in the tree here, and I got it on video. The thing is huge, man. It's every bit the size of this TV. I bet it's halfway as big as this TV on the side. It's huge, big damn bird, and it just sits in the tree and it waits for their chickens. And the other day, it took one of their chickens.
No way.
And I was like, great, that chicken is the size of my Cheech dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to be careful, or my little Chihuahua is going to get taken away. And I ain't going to let any dog that I have, man. You can die, but you ain't dying like that.
Yeah.
I want to keep you around. You're an asshole, but I ain't letting you fly away to your death.
I remember before he moved to Austin, Joe Rogan had chickens, and the coyotes would get them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we have a chicken hawk or something.
That's another thing that I hear a lot at night. I hear lots of coyotes.
Yeah.
I don't see them very often, but I hear them all the time.
We have turkeys that come in the back here.
Yeah.
And the other day, Andrea walked outside and a turkey flew over our little fence there.
Mm-hmm.
It had gotten scared and spooked, and it flew up over, and then she opened the door right as it came out, and she screamed, and this big damn turkey turned around and screamed at her, and then it flew back over. Oh, it was comical, man.
I accidentally ran into a turkey one day when me and my kids were walking through the woods, and we were just walking. We didn't see it, but then all of a sudden I hear fucking feathers ruffling. And
have you ever seen them where they're standing straight up?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No.
That's scary too. You're walking and they're mating, and they're standing straight up real tall, and they got all their plumage coming out.
Yeah, got to look good.
Oh, it's huge though. They're scary, man.
I did have a peacock show up in my yard one day.
Really?
What the fuck is up with that?
Do we have wild peacock here?
I don't think so. My neighbor has them, and I think one got loose.
Oh, I was saying, I know a guy who lives out in Wardsville. He said just 2 peacocks showed up on his back porch.
Yeah, they probably got escaped from somebody.
He thinks somebody dumped them, but like.
Oh, that's terrible if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because they ain't gonna make it here.
They stand no chance.
Yeah.
But they've been surviving. He feeds them, but they like leave and shit.
Yeah.
And they've been
And
surviving.
then they leave, and then they come back.
Yeah.
And, Is he feeding them?
Yeah.
That's what he just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feed a turkey or a
idea.
peacock?
I didn't care to ask.
Fancy
that far.
bird feed? I don't know.
I don't know.
A buddy of mine back home just put a video up on Facebook. he's a nut, but he's got chickens, and they had shelled corn. He's got shell corn, and he lives on a farm, and so it's their shell corn. He's like, I want to make this into chicken feed, and he goes, but I don't have any kind of grinder or anything.
Yeah.
But I got this wood chipper. So he took his wood chipper up, and he's got a couple of bags hanging over it and duct tape and everything, to where it'll blow into his bin. And he ground her all up in the wood chipper, boy.
There you go.
Work like a champ.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah. Oh, it made a hell of a mess. But he did it.
As long as you did it.
So I'm watching another video here of something that happened in Illinois.
Oh, no.
It's unusual.
What happened in Illinois?
I haven't watched it yet.
People gathered here at Todd's Tire and Auto to try to make sense of an unusual object spotted in the sky.
Todd's Tire and
so much
Auto.
attention that even the police chief had to check it out for himself.
I was off duty, sitting at home, and I got
Prophetstown?
a phone call from a man named, we call him Rocky Ballard, and he works at Todd's Tire and Auto, and he says, hey, I see this, it looks like a balloon, and it hasn't moved in the last 20 minutes.
Once Bruce got to the scene,
He's like, it's right up there, and he points to it, and sure enough, there it was. And it didn't move forever.
his team used optical scopes to get a better look. All we can see is this blob, but they had a better look in person.
Kind of a clear plastic balloon. And what it was doing, we have no idea.
So you don't think it's aliens?
And it's not China.
Police
And
did
it's not China.
Yeah.
We then notified the Quad City Airport to notify the towers, at least let aircraft know that it looked like it was high enough that it was possibly in
Where is Prophetstown?
But what could it be? The National Weather Service in Quad Cities says it's not theirs.
Quad
Their
Cities.
thought was it that it may be
You know
a
where that's at?
Yeah.
research balloon of some sort.
But at least the sighting sparked imagination and curiosity for the town.
I'm at a flag football game now, watching my grandson, going to watch my grandson, and I mentioned it here to a couple people, and they're like, oh yeah, we saw that. So everybody around town had seen it.
Gee whiz.
A lot of people.
My kids saw a stealth plane the other day at school.
No kidding.
Did you guys know there's an air show going on right now?
Yeah.
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 They did it yesterday, and I think they're doing it again today. I went out to eat with Jesse to Madison's on Friday, and we could see him flying around, like practicing or whatever.
I saw them. They were landing. They were bringing a bunch of them in.
Yeah.
When, I guess it would have been Friday.
Yeah.
When I got home.
Hey, here's another thing I did that I have never done before, but I'm definitely going to do again. Have either of you guys ever eaten at the restaurant at the airport?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good, dude.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I
like
good.
breakfast. I like their breakfast.
That's what I did. I did breakfast.
Yeah,
Got
I
me
didn't
a
have
nice,
breakfast. I wanted breakfast.
Yeah, I got me a nice big omelet and a big thing of hash browns.
All right. Who's got the best breakfast in town here?
Well, you're going to say Mel's, aren't you?
Back in the day, it used to be Mel's. Now, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't like Oscars, though.
No, fuck
No, Oscars
No.
is disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
fucking overrated.
Yeah, I've never.
There was
It's a
fucking
bunch.
Oscars
It's just a place for a bunch of old people who
Yeah.
remember
It
who
is.
want to remember the olden days.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
I feel like that's all your breakfast joints.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of old people go there, sit there,
Well,
and
I
remember
mean,
the days you walked through.
Yeah.
back in the day, though, when we first got here, Oscars was not even that good, and it was still, hyped up. But Mel's, man,
Yeah.
Mel's was fantastic. They would be right on it. They would be there. They would have fresh food. Now, not so much.
Yeah, you feel like
Food's
they've gone
not
downhill?
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so.
That
Very
sucks.
much so.
That sucks.
The quality at Mel's has declined,
Yeah.
and they're building a new one, from what I hear.
So
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
So where? So
Maybe that might be.
That's probably why it's
difference.
declined a little
Yeah.
bit. It could be.
So if it ain't Mel's, what would you
So
say?
Angeline's after Mel's would have been another great one, but Angeline's isn't around anymore.
Yeah, now it's like a painting.
It's
place.
a painting place
I don't
now.
even know what that is.
That's the one on the way to Jamestown. So as you go by,
It's on West McCarty, isn't it? Or
yeah, but it's
over by West.
it's on
and-
the other side of 179, right?
No, it should be up there by that gas station, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right across the street.
Yeah.
But if you went straight though, when you end up in Jamestown, you'd
No.
come swinging out.
Well, yeah. I mean, you'll end up like
what
going
is that?
through
You're talking about on
Boonville,
179.
Yeah.
Boonville Road.
Yeah.
Boonville
okay,
Road. There you
okay,
go.
okay.
Then that'll lead to
Yeah,
179.
and then that leads
Then
to
you
179.
go- yeah.
Okay, yeah. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
What do you think, Biscuit? Where's the best place to get breakfast
I
in
mean,
Jeff City?
I don't do breakfast.
They're
so-
greasy.
I skip breakfast a lot too.
Oh God, no! Breakfast is it.
Yeah. I eat breakfast for dinner a lot.
Short of those,
Ugh.
I really like High Rise Cafe. They have good breakfast.
Yeah, Jesse goes there a lot. 'cause
JQ's on high. For
I
lunch?
wish I could go to JQ's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
Do they do
Yes.
breakfast there
I don't
too?
know,
No.
but I know
Just
lunch is fire.
Yeah. I love their fish tacos, man.
Their tacos are amazing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple other places in town where you can get fish tacos, but I think JQ's is the best.
Well, and JQ's now, I don't know if they're still doing it, but for a while they were partnered with our friends at Missouri Artisan Foods.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
They were putting picanha out and
Yeah.
their hot sauces out and things on their food.
And you know
And
what?
it was phenomenal, too.
I sent our good buddy Nate from
Yeah.
Missouri Artisanal Foods. I sent him a message telling him that they need to do the same thing, but add it to the fish tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, you know what? I think that's a good idea. I'll
Yeah.
talk to him about that. So
Yeah.
get on it, Nate, if you're not already. I just saw Nate. He was driving by and waved at me. I think it was while I was at Madison's on Friday.
Every
He
time
drove
I
by.
see that cat, he always waves real big,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
He was.
I like him.
He was playing. So
oh,
you.
that's right. You play with Nate, don't you?
Well,
He's in a band.
I've never played with Nate, but the last gig that I did with Ross Steiner, rest
Yeah.
in peace, is Nate's band. Did they open for us? I can't remember if they opened for us or closed for us. But yeah, he's a good little guitar player, man. One of the guys in his band is Josh Hamler, who is best known for being in Shaman's Harvest, which
Yeah.
is like, probably the biggest band to ever come out of Jeff City. So
That's kind of sad, too.
hey, dude,
Are they still charting?
they're still around. I don't know when the last time they charted was, but they charted back in the day, man. Like they had a video
had
that
a
was
hit.
on MTV.
Yeah, I
and,
remember
and
they had
everything.
a hit.
So yeah, dude, those guys have been around since I was probably 10 or 12 years old. That's how
Really?
long
They've been around that long?
Yeah, the original name for the band was Purge. They were called Purge for a couple years, and then it changed into Shaman's Harvest. But yeah,
Such a better name.
I agree. Shaman's Harvest, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. They're good guys, man. I know most of those guys. I grew up with some of those guys.
I run into them all the time out at In the Groove.
Yeah?
Their lead singer will go, when he's in town,
Drake.
he will always go to In the Groove and pick
Yeah.
up like a ridiculous amount of vinyl.
Yeah.
So,
And
and that's nice to see, too. I like that.
Yeah, no
I
joke.
personally do.
And Drake, he's the one with the curly hair. He actually looks like a rock star
Yeah.
to me too. Like he fits the part.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw him, he was in like a pair of leather chaps and
Yeah.
leather pants
Chapping it
and a leather
up,
jacket. I
baby.
mean, he was leathered from the nines, you know. He was a fucking rock star.
I remember they opened up for AC/DC back in the day.
Yeah.
So my claim to fame is that I opened up for Uncle Cracker once. That's all I got.
Did you?
Yeah, at the Cole
At
County
the Cole
Fair.
County Fair. Yeah.
Oh, no joke.
Yeah, we opened up for him.
Look at Dave.
Dave's-
famous.
Dave's a young cracker now.
Yeah. And they had, obviously the tour bus was there and everything. Tour bus smelled like weed.
Well,
And I was a little disappointed because they never like came out and just said, "Hi, thanks for opening up for us." What like that would have been a nice
Right.
touch, but no.
Never happened.
no,
probably
he
not.
doesn't give a shit about you guys.
none of them. Did.
Cracker Man doesn't care.
No, Cracker Man's too busy smoking weed.
Didn't Kid Rock put them on?
Uncle Cracker was Kid Rock's DJ or
Oh,
something.
okay. He was in actually.
He was in Kid Rock for a while. He was with
Okay.
the whatever his band was called for a bit, and then he broke off, did his own thing.
not a big Kid Rock.
Kid
Hey,
Rock
did you
was
get-
fine back in the day.
I like
Now, not so much.
Yeah.
Did you see he got busted drinking a Bud Light the other day? After remember when he took a fucking
Yeah.
machine gun and shot up
Oh,
all his
yeah,
cases
yeah,
of Bud
yeah.
Light? Well, some paparazzi
Well, that's a
got him
shame.
the other day drinking a Bud Light.
Well, did you
So-
guys have you guys been following the Lauren Boebert?
Bobert?
Senator, Boebert,
Yes, I
whatever
have.
case?
I have. In fact, keep talking. I'll pull up a video.
So she was caught on video at it was like a Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Was it a movie or a
It was a
play?
play, I believe.
It was a play about Beetlejuice, and they caught her and they threw her out of the audience because she was vaping.
Right.
She was like, "I'm not vaping. I wasn't vaping at all. This is bullshit." And she tried to make it political.
She gave him the finger on the way out.
Gave him the finger on the way out, the whole thing. Well, come to find out, they ended up having video of it, and they showed the video, and it wasn't just vaping. Yeah, she was vaping, but she was also like heavy petting her date, and her date was heavy petting her, and they were basically having sex up in the
Yeah, dude. She
up
had
in
her
the up
hand
in, yeah.
in his crotch.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was grabbing on her boob.
Oh yeah. So it got way worse, and she just shut her fucking mouth. mouth, it would have been fine. You know, whoops, I got caught vaping. Okay, I'm sorry, moving on.
Yeah.
Instead, she opened her mouth and just removed all doubt, man.
Yeah.
There's video of it and everything.
She's apologized.
Yeah, now she's really apologizing.
Now we're like, I'm sorry, I'm
so
a liar. I thought I could have got away with it.
Yeah, everybody apologizes. When
But
they
I
get
just wondered
caught.
if any of you guys been following that.
Yeah, I've been.
She's
keeping up on it.
something else, man. Oh, and speaking of somebody who's something else, and is she?
Who's
Our,
that?
our friend Leanne, the gal from the
Leanne. What the fuck is her
yeah,
last-
the gal who was
Bauman.
she was gonna kill her mother-in-law for $1,500 or something.
Yep, that girl.
Yeah, so she is running the new Dick's Sporting Goods out here.
For real?
I got a thing online because I've been job hunting.
The Academy Sports?
Yeah, because I've been job hunting. She's been inviting me because I'm friends with her on Facebook. I couldn't believe she accepted my friend request. I haven't done anything with it because I don't want to piss her off. And
Obviously,
cause anything.
obviously she's never listened to the show.
Not one bit. Not one. Doesn't even
Tag her in
know.
the
Yeah,
episode.
doesn't even know we're here. We had a whole section online that was called the Cougar Queen Saga. So yeah,
Okay, I got video now.
you got
if guys
video
wanna
of
see
it?
Yeah.
Of the Bobberts.
Of the Bobberts. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, so there's like more than one person here.
So that's her and her
date.
Her boyfriend apparently is a Democrat, which I'm sure the sex is great.
Oh, I
since
bet it
they're
is.
so
I bet it
opposite
is.
on the political spectrum.
So there she is vaping.
Yeah. There goes the smoke right there, and then
Boosh.
and then you're gonna see her fucking doing flash photography and shit, and the people in the audience are like, "Hey, stop this shit!"
Was that lady complaining?
Yes. Yeah, look at her. She's doing flash photography. Like, come on, bitch.
Oh, what
Dancing.
So who is she?
She's a representative. I believe she's a representative. I don't think she's a senator. She's very super duper right wing. She's a very big Trump person.
Oh.
very.
Yeah. And there she is getting kicked out. And then you can see her give him the finger on the way out. Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go.
And then there's this guy. I don't even
And
know
then
what
there's
he's
this guy
doing.
Sign
trying to sell his
language.
insurance. Hey, Scotty.
Yeah, man.
We should thank our Patreon subscribers.
We
What do you
should.
say?
We should. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's think. That one guy.
Oh, which guy are you talking about?
JT and the Paranormal Son.
JT. Hey.
Who is sick right now?
I was gonna
so
say.
send some love his way. He's
Yeah.
in the hospital as we speak.
Yeah, let's give
He,
JT
he
some
had
love.
to check himself in. He is having breathing difficulties.
Yeah.
He was afraid he might have next round of COVID.
That could be it, man. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people getting COVID again these days.
And I hope to God that's not the case because he's
No
had some
shit.
breathing issues since we were kids. So I hope everything's good with him, brother, man. We are
We're
keep us
thinking about you,
posted,
bro.
but we're definitely thinking about you, man.
Yep, yep.
So big ups to you, and we're sending love your way.
100%.
Also to the homie, Biscuit Strength.
Hey.
I mean, you know. Oh, wait.
Friend of the show, host of the show, Biscuit Strength. We love you, dude.
We love him so much we make him pay for it. We also
Hey, you keep giving us money. We don't turn it down.
Hey.
also big thanks to our friend Dub IZ
Dub IZ, who is still giving us money.
and the fam out at Chess Team Records. What's up, Dub?
What's up, man?
We need to get you on the show sometime soon, brother man.
Absolutely.
Keep that record coming out. You're sounding great.
The homie Kevy Kev.
What up, Kev?
What's up, brother, man?
The homie at In the Groove. We've got Jamie Rector at In the Groove Records. Get out there. Make sure you check out some vinyl, get some tapes, get some CDs,
That's
get
right.
all of your AV needs at In the Groove.
That's right.
Vinyl records and more.
And I think last, but not least,
our girl.
the homegirl, Kass Kass,
What up, Kass?
who still listens to every episode. And the funny thing is she'll text me about things that are said in episodes. I have no memory of it.
I get that all the time.
Yeah.
All
People
the
just assume that we remember
Hey,
every
do you
single
remember
moment.
what you said on episode 42? I'm at 174 right now. I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what happened on 173, for the most part.
Well, it has been almost a week and a half,
Yeah.
so.
That makes it all the more sweeter that we're back together.
So we are going to take a break.
Yes.
We'll step out. Guys, be good. We'll see you on the other side of this one. Deuces.
Hey Ray, time to get ready for school at Penny Lane. Oh, they got all the school supplies you need. Thousands of posters and door beads, black light strobes and party lights, and the largest selection of skits in Central Illinois. T-shirts, body jewelry, everything you need to fill your backpack, including the backpack. I'm so smart I make that Goodwill Hunting dude look like Jethro Bodine. Oh man, that's beautiful.
shit, I like this one.
Right? That's dope, dude.
I kind of want to play guitar.
So,
We've been talking about guitar the whole time.
Let's
between commercial
yeah,
breaks.
let's do that on After Hours.
We'll save it.
You want to hang out
Hey,
for that?
I'm gonna write the name of this one down. Though.
All right,
it's
let's
called
do it.
Blue Mood.
I'm loving it. We're in a blue mood.
It's very bluesy.
And welcome back to the old 77.
We back.
We back. We were talking about guitars earlier. Dave's wanting to play guitar on this one on After Hours, or maybe now. I don't know which.
I'll save it.
And Biscuit hates Dave, I think. I don't really know. That's kind of what I've gotten out of it so far.
Pretty strong
Dude,
feeling
He's
there.
got strong feelings.
We established that years ago, bro. Where have you been?
It's a very love-hate relationship.
Absolutely, emphasis on the hate, right?
Emphasis on the well.
on that hate.
That's how we show our love for each other. Is we
Pure hatred.
we insult
hate you.
we insult each other.
You know that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I think that's why guys have to do sensitivity training all the time.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know anything about that,
I
Scott.
have no idea. I think I go in Monday to do sensitivity training.
Yes. That's awesome.
Talking about a dude getting in a car wreck and he had a seatbelt in like a seatbelt hickey, right?
Yeah.
And one of the guys I was talking to said, "Yeah, I think that's a hickey." And I was like, "Dude, if that was a hickey, you'd have to put the whole vacuum cleaner on his chest because they got in a wreck and had seatbelt burn."
Did you tell him about the whole wreck thing?
No, I didn't. So this I got something on my mic. So this group that brought all the AV equipment, they had an accident on the way to Kansas City. They were towing a. I'm not going to name names or anything because I don't know if anything's going to go about it.
Yeah.
There might be litigation and stuff involved. I don't know. Whatever. But they were driving down the highway and it was raining really bad on Monday, and they got up to Lee's Summit. And traffic came to a standstill from what I heard, and they stopped, but they were driving a little too fast, and the trailer was carrying a lot, that it ended up whipping their car around. It couldn't stop in time, and the trailer lifted up and then somehow maneuvered and slingshotted them out into the middle of the meridian, the ditch there, and they had to pick all their stuff up because it emptied the trailer out too, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then they had to get another one. They had to go back, unload it, put all that back then to another trailer, load it up again, then take it out and go back to Kansas City with it. So it was quite the day for them.
Yeah.
No
But
joke.
the two dudes that were in that accident, they had it looked bad day two.
Yeah.
Wow, it looked bad.
Yeah.
But they had seatbelt burn like you just wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like literally somebody had just beat the hell out of them.
Or maybe giving them a hickey.
Yeah, well, my dude in my department, we were joking. He said it looked like somebody giving him a hickey because you could see it out from under their shirt and stuff a little bit. And I was like, man, if that's the case, you got to put the whole vacuum cleaner on your chest to get the whole hickey, man. And we laughed about it. And one of my bosses was like, yeah, you should probably do some sensitivity training on
Yeah.
Monday. And I was like, "Arr, okay, fine.
They got to you quick.
Yeah, I was
Scotty.
like, man, it only took 3 weeks, bro.
I love it.
Only.
I love it.
It's like a new personal best, if I'm being honest.
Damn.
Let's see. I got some other stuff here.
You got
for
a dog
guys.
over there?
Not that one.
No dog there.
Here we go. Bear breaks into Florida family's screen porch, drinks 3 White Claws.
Nice.
Come on, man.
Does what?
Drinks 3 White Claws.
Ain't no
Did
laws
you see
with
about the
claws?
dude that drove into the off West Main, the gas station?
I heard a little bit about it, but
And stole-
refresh
and stole
me.
3 chocolate milks.
Yeah, he went in to break. Yeah. Oh my god.
So he rammed the door, didn't break all the way through, backed back up, re-rammed it, succeeded the second time,
Dope.
stole 3 chocolate milks, and left.
That's all he took.
Yeah, 3 chocolate milks, bro.
And the funny part is he's lactose intolerant.
So he had to go next door to West Main, take a dump.
Dude, what was going through that guy's mind? I wonder.
What the fuck, man?
You think
That
you think
sounds-
drugs may have been
I
involved?
don't know. But you watch him pull up to the door, he pulls up and squares it up,
Yeah.
and then rams it and backs up, and then hits it again.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was.
If at first you don't succeed, right? Don't listen to that inner bitch in your head, right?
Right. Look, if that guy can do
try
it,
again.
if that guy can do it, we can do it.
I
man.
kind of feel the same way about this guy as I do about the guy that crab walked out of prison. I feel like he earned it,
Yeah.
right? You know, let the man go.
let him have his 3 chocolate milks.
Let him go, man. He's got
Yeah.
bigger problems. Yeah.
That just means he'll be
Fuck,
back.
I guess.
That's like the dude.
I'm
who
just
was-
kidding.
What was he stealing cigars or something or money from that that gas station and they beat him in the legs.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he was just like that one.
It was
yeah,
the
you
third
showed
time,
it,
second
you showed
or
it to us,
it
remember?
was second
Oh,
or third,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I
second or
remember
third
that.
time that dude had robbed that place.
Yeah.
And that guy was just done.
Not
And then they
happening.
let him go, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They
Yeah.
beat his ass and then
let him go.
Yeah.
Only because that one bystander stepped in and was like, guys, you did enough right there.
Yeah.
Like, he's good.
Yeah. He won't be back
Nah,
anytime soon.
he'll totally be back.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like
so.
that's the
But
thing,
he's just going to, probably think twice now.
And have you seen like the videos of people going in like Best Buys or like AT&Ts and just taking phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everybody just stands around and watches.
And they don't do anything about it.
Yep. Because the bosses tell them not to do anything about it.
Why?
They used to tell me that when I worked in retail, if I ever see anybody stealing, not to go after them.
Why?
It's a liability thing, man. Like if something were to happen, if I were to get hurt, then I could sue the store. Some legal bullshit
Really?
like that. Yeah.
That's their justification. We have insurance that'll cover it. Don't do anything because you could get sued.
Yeah, basically, I think.
Wow, man! If
Yeah.
that's
I
the
don't know.
case,
I wait for that day somebody tries to want to steal something.
Dude,
take off
well then
running.
if that's
I'm
the
gonna fuck somebody
then
up.
if that is the case, wait till that news gets out.
Speaking of fucking somebody up, almost happened the other night.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a huge. So where I live, like it's still somewhat close to the city, but it's not. Like it's up like this real windy, really hilly road. And I go to throw some trash out the other night, and over in my neighbor's yard, like we've got some pretty good distance between us.
Yeah.
Over in my neighbor's yard, there's like this guy standing out there, but kind of like by the road, just like staring at the road. And I was like, oh, I've never seen their kid. I know he's like older,
Yeah.
like 30s or so.
Uh huh.
I was like, I've never seen him, so
Right,
nothing that. And I was like, oh, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
So I threw trash away. And I went inside and I was
what's
like,
up,
well,
weird kid?
I'm just gonna go grab a soda and I'm gonna go sit back out on the front porch, kind of see if this is something going on and see if he
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
You're gonna be neighborhood watch. You just shifted into neighborhood watch
Yeah,
mode,
Yeah,
Just to
So-
check, right?
right?
Yeah. And because Charlie and Cooper wanted to come outside and play, so I go in, I grab a soda and stuff, and I come back out, and now he's 10 to 15 feet in my side yard, I was like, okay, I'll give you the first 5 feet is like road ditch, because
Yeah.
technically the first 5 feet of your property
Public land.
is
Yeah.
county or
Yeah.
wherever city it's,
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, but you're far enough in, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I open the door and I tell Kate, I'm like, hey, everything is okay,
Yeah.
but just keep the kids inside for a little bit,
Right.
and I'll let you know. She goes, okay. I closed the door behind me. Fucker locked it. Click, locked the door, and I'm like, well, I'm out here with a potential fucking serial killer, and I have no fucking way to get back in.
That was nice.
This is fucking wonderful.
That was nice.
So I go walking over to the side.
She knew
and I'm
you'd
like,
be all right.
I asked dude, I'm like, once I'm starting to get close to him, he just continues to get taller. And
For
I'm like,
real?
yeah, this dude had to be like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh shit.
But he probably weighed 180
Oh, you had him.
easily.
You had him.
So I walk up, dude's got a real big red beard, bald, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? The dude turned and stared through me. I'm like, holy fuck. And,
like crazy eyes type.
Oh,
of
yeah.
nuts?
Or either that or was it the intimidation?
no, it was like this dude was gone. Whatever was on the inside is no longer there.
Oh.
No one was fucking home. And this dude was looking for a fucking soul. And I'm like, not this motherfucker.
Because he's got red hair.
I didn't think about that. But I'm probably 15 feet away from him or so. I'm like, this long, lanky motherfucker's going to clear this gap in no time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And all I got's a fucking a full soda can in my hand. I'm like, I'll beat the fuck out you. Well, I'm trying to see what the fuck's going on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed he had a white wristband, he just got out of the hospital. And in his left hand, I couldn't see, but he had something black in his hand, and it filled the hand.
Oh jeez.
So it was I'm like, it's a knife. This dude has a pocket knife in his hand.
Okay.
Bare feet,
Oh, he was barefooted and all.
barefoot.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
where the fuck did this dude come from? I'm like,
Right.
man, you good? And he just turned and just stared through me, and I'm like, everything all right?
Uh-huh.
At this point, I'm like, okay, now we're gonna shift a little bit.
Yeah,
Right,
try to
right.
diverse.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna let you know. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
You get close. Nothing. I'm like, okay. Well, if you need something, you just let me know.
Yeah.
And I just backed up, And then once I knew I was like clear, I just like slowly side shifted, went sat on the front porch. I'm like, okay, now I've got a full fucking chair that I'm gonna beat the fuck out this dude with, and a shovel. Like we're good. Like I've got weaponry now.
Yeah.
So like this dude just comes, just bebopping the fuck across. I'm like, hey man, you still good? Dude never fucking stopped. Just was focused straight ahead of him and just kept fucking walking. And then I would have let the dude go. It's none of my fucking business.
Right.
But like the road eventually, like you don't have a ditch. It's just like you can't walk in it. It just becomes like a huge fucking ditch, just a drop off.
Yeah.
So we just got out of like earshot, and like we have on the other side of my neighbor, like we have a whole bunch of land, and there's like a little cutout for it. Well, there's like a white shed that sits on there. And like he stopped and he turned. I'm like, dude, don't walk up there.
Right.
It's like you walk up there, like I'm gonna have to like confront you now.
Bad shit's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm like, please don't. And like he just stood there, and I was like, don't. I was like, just walk, man. Just walk. And then he took off walking. I was like, oh, fucking perfect. So I called Cole County. I'm like, hey, I'm like, we got a guy. Described him, and I was like, she's like, is he in distress? I'm like, no. He's just not there. Like, he stared at me, and there wasn't. Nobody was home. The lights were off.
Yeah. I know. I've seen that look.
I've seen that too.
Well, she's like, okay. And I was like, oh, by the way, I think he has a knife. And boop, our fucking tone changed on the other end of the phone.
Oh, I bet it did.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, a deputy is on his way.
Yeah.
I never saw him drive past me, but like where he was probably walking by the time they probably got to him. But I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, he came out of fucking
Did they ever
nowhere.
come back and ask you?
No, nobody said shit.
Were you able to? So were you too far away to witness the encounter with the cops?
Yeah, like once he started up like the hill and it started rounded, like all the trees, busted, and I mean there'd be no reason for them to run sirens.
Fuck, dude. Oof.
But
well, you handled it the right way, man.
Yeah, but in like that split second where like he turned and stared at me, I was like, I'll fuck you up in a instant.
Yeah.
I told Kate that I was like, that's the first thing that went through my head.
Yeah.
Not okay, I need to make distance. I'm like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Because I got you all day, bro.
Not to mention, he's.
You got to be careful though, man, because guys like that have that weird out of body strength.
Yeah, that's a thing
That's
too.
like the like mother strength, dad strength. You know, they've got that weird.
Bet you his throat didn't though.
Yeah,
I'm a Patrick Swayze dude.
Yeah, but while he's choking himself to death and dying, he can still slash his.
They got that PCP strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The angels are with them. That's for sure.
Yeah, God is on their
Dude,
side.
it was like
There's dust everywhere.
Crazy though. I'm like,
Well,
where the fuck did this dude come from?
One thing that I think I'm good at is using my words in such a way that things don't escalate into what you were afraid that might escalate into. Now, let me tell you, you guys know I know karate. I will fuck a motherfucker up if I have to. I really will.
You knew
I swear to
karate
God.
20 years ago.
Yeah, but it's like riding a bike, dude.
Yeah, it's like
you don't
but your
forget
body is not like a bike anymore. Your body's got a lot of rusty chains.
I
It's
know.
about to snap.
But I'm gonna get him with that first shot.
I hope
that
so,
Bruce Lee
bro.
sidekick that I got that one kid at that
until you
tournament.
find somebody, the one guy who's been keeping up on his karate,
Yeah.
and he's just rocking it out every day, buck naked in front of the TV, just doing forms, man. He is.
I actually feel pretty confident about how I would do in a situation like that.
I'm gonna fight dirty as hell.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
gonna
there is.
poke your eyes out.
It's
Yeah.
fighting, right?
Easy. I'm gonna rip your dick off.
Yeah,
Dude,
And then I'm gonna dry it
Yep.
when I get home in
I'm
the
going
food
vitals.
dehydrator, and I'm gonna pick my teeth with it
I'm
afterwards.
going vitals, bro.
gonna eat your face off like a chimp.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
they were showing pictures and videos on Rogan's show the other day of people that had been fucked up by chimps.
Yeah.
Dude, they go right for your face. They go right to your fingers.
Yeah.
And they go right for the dick, dude. They will eat. They will fucking chew your dick off, man.
Did you see the
No joke.
Did you see the monkey that got hold of a possum and threw it?
Oh, yeah, it just yeeted it up in the sky.
Was it it was some zoo?
I don't remember.
Everybody was talking about it. It was
Yeah.
on. They were talking about it on one of the radio stations here.
Oh, were they?
I think it was Cat Country.
Of course they. Oh,
And
yeah.
It was like,
'Cause
oh yeah.
You got Hilly in the morning now on Cat Country. Oh, Kevin
That is-
Hilly, that guy.
Shit's fucking hard to listen to, bro.
I love Kevin, but he's a
Dude,
bit
yeah,
much.
yeah.
He's a bit much. He is.
But so I'm listening to it, and like how they're all big like animal people. They always have the Jefferson City Animal Shelters on here trying to get you to buy this $50 fucking inbred cat. Wouldn't you just love to take Whiskers home? Whiskers is dying of fucking mange.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Let me see.
But they were fucking talking about it.
Let's put that up on the big.
Dude, it was the best thing ever. They're just like, we don't think the possum survived the fall. I was like,
there's
this
no
motherfucker got launched.
There's no fucking way that possum survived.
Scotty, do you want me to go full screen?
No, I can see it.
Okay.
I don't see the.
There he is.
One of them got.
See it? It's running.
Fuck that possum.
If he starts climbing up like a media tower.
Yes. Yeah, he climbs up like some big like fucking tree or something.
I mean, he
and
really
throws it off.
He really goes for it.
Dude, it was like
and
a
just
30.
He just yeets this possum like 30 yards. I mean, it's like.
No, that was
that's
like a
not
cat.
it.
No, that was a raccoon, I think.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah.
So you're saying
because that raccoon totally is still moving.
Oh shit! He was trying to go down that hole.
Oh, just let him go.
Dude, he's yanking his tail. That's gotta hurt.
Dude, they're gonna fuck.
Oh, they're
him
gonna
up.
kill that raccoon, man.
Oh Lord. Oh, the people are crying.
Fuck those.
Oh, look at them. They're just punching him in the gut. Fuck you. No, dude. So this thing grabs this possum by the tail, just
I think it's about to happen.
fucking hauls up.
You typed in monkey raccoon.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
It's not a raccoon.
It's a possum.
It's a possum.
Oh, it's a possum. So this is the wrong video.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what we've been telling you.
There
I
it
mean,
was.
that was a solid yeet, but ain't nothing like what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Dude, no, he launches this thing like 30-some feet.
That,
Yep, right
that's
there.
it right there.
This one right here. Okay.
Orangutan launches possum.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
That's what we're talking. Look at that little bastard. God.
Shocking footage going viral
Dude,
on
shocking.
Reddit.
That
Shows
monkey
an orangutan at a zoo
Whew.
in Australia.
That monkey should play in the
Launching.
NFL, man.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that was
That was a touchdown all the way.
fuck yeah. That was a Hail Mary.
Dude,
Yeet.
some animal lovers found. Yeah, but you ever fucked with a possum before?
Oh yeah.
No, I fucked with
We had one on our
raccoons a
front
little
porch
bit, but
once.
not much with
And
possums.
it tried doing the whole play dead thing until it realized that it was cornered.
Yes.
Oh,
They get mean.
Yeah,
God.
Dude, have you ever seen their teeth? They're fucking terrifying.
Dude,
teeth
that's-
teeth on a possum.
But you know what? If
That's
you
why I
ever
don't feel
get
bad
rid of
for
a
those.
possum around your house or one gets hit that's been hanging around your house, you'll know it. There'll be so many ticks everywhere.
Yeah, no,
You'll
they
have
serve a
spiders
purpose.
all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, they serve a purpose for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Not,
great.
Not the fucking skunk trying to dig a hole underneath my front porch. There.
I
You
feel
got one
like
of those?
I feel
For
like
now.
humans should try to domesticate raccoons because they're so fucking cute. I mean,
No.
who wouldn't
No.
want a cute little
No.
pet raccoon if you
No.
could potty train it?
Nope.
They got the
I'd
little
rather
masks
have
over their
I
eyes.
would,
They
I
look
would
cute.
rather have a pet fox or a pet skunk
They look-
than
they look like
a
little
pet
bird
They
raccoon.
boys,
say
man.
skunks actually do make really good
Yeah,
pets. when
I've
you
heard
get their
that.
scent glands
Yep.
taken out.
Well, skunks are very closely related to ferrets,
They're like a cat almost.
and there's
Yeah.
There's all kinds of
you know
people
what
that
I
have
think?
pet
Just
ferrets.
not have a fucking pet.
Yeah,
You're
well,
so anti-pet, right?
Very much.
Why?
I
Not even one outside?
Mm-mm. Oh God, no! Not even one outside.
Not
No.
even so. Like if you were like living in the country and you had a barn, right?
you got all kinds of
And
mice.
you had
Fuck
like
out of my barn.
right, and you had a cat that was keeping the mice out of your barn.
That cat leaves that barn, it's dead.
But I'm just saying. I mean, it's going to have to leave the barn.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, but imagine that you're a farmer.
But if you kill it, now all of a sudden you got more mice
Yeah.
I
everywhere.
take care of the mice problem myself. I don't
Yeah.
need a fucking stinking
Okay.
ass cat to do that.
Okay.
All
Because
right,
then,
all
like,
right.
because then my family, if the cat was cool and was just like we had an understanding.
That's what
yeah,
I'm getting at. Yeah. It as
Go.
long as you two
Go, kitty.
never get together,
Never.
the cat's feral. It does its thing. You do your
Cats
thing. You
jump-
don't feed it. You don't clean it. You don't do anything to these cats.
Stay the fuck off my vehicles.
Hey, bro.
Because that is the biggest thing that pisses me off. When
Yeah,
everybody's
that-
got all these like fucking paw prints. Like, oh, how
That
cute.
that might be one. Yeah.
And then it's all
If you're
scratches down
storing
the
'em-
hood.
If you're
Yeah.
storing them where the cat's at, you can't really.
Hey, bro.
Yep.
Hey, bro.
What?
Thanks for not killing my pets that night you came out to my house. I appreciate that.
They're yours, not mine.
I know. Fucking pet murderer.
I
over
know,
here.
right? I thought my mom was bad.
God.
I do. I just.
We used to call my mom the dog father because we had this corner. It was called Dead Dog Corner, and that's where
Yeah.
the dog father dumped them all off at.
Fuck, man.
She had a hitman. It was my brother-in-law. She'd be like, yeah, he doesn't need that dog anymore. Let's get rid of it. Bam, bullet to the brain, off to Dead Dog Corner. Until one day, Bam, bullet to the brain, off to dead dog corner. Came home, and 3 hours later, here came the dog. They didn't get it.
Damn.
Dude.
Like,
And they ended up raising it for another 15 years.
There was like a video, like a reel on Instagram that came up, and this dude's like bawling, like this big guy's bawling his eyes out. He's like, I should have put my dog of 15 years down. I was like, dude, I would have done it easy. Right here. Boom. Bye.
No, that's hard, man.
Fucking
I've
roll
done
it
that.
off, bro.
I've done that. That's hard.
Nope.
You mean taking him out that way?
No,
Or just
I
putting your
having
dog
to put
down?
my dog down.
Yeah, I've done that.
I don't
a
ever
few
want to do that again.
times, Yeah.
If you ever need it, done.
Now that's a true friend right there. It's a true friend.
You know, I really get off on it, so if you ever need it, I would really like to
just-
destroy your dog.
I fucking
Damn.
watch these videos of these dogs. Like everything's just fucking cute. Like the other one was just like digging in the styrofoam, and it just had
That's
all
not
those
cute.
little those little BBs and shit everywhere.
Yeah, that shit's not
and they're
cute.
just like, Rufus, what are you doing? I was like, that dog's getting field goal kicked straight to the fucking head.
Rufus.
No.
We've got this change jar
Not Rufus.
in our room, and Katie the cat has taken to sticking her paws down into the change jar and trying to get money out.
Yeah. Then it gets stuck in there. You just watch it fight. I just don't like animals, man.
You really don't, do
I
you?
don't. Like, I don't abuse animals. I just, like, if they come around, I'm like, go. Get away. Bad things will happen to you if you come any farther.
Do you think you were born that way, or do you think you were taught that as a
Oh, I was taught.
child? Yeah,
I was taught,
by your
yeah.
dad.
I used to watch my dad pick off fucking cats off a woodpile.
Yeah,
He's like, hey, watch this. Boom, there goes a cat. And I was like, ha,
yeah,
that was kind of fun.
yeah.
I
So
shot
you
two-
were
dude,
you
I
were
shot two
desensitized
yeah, I shot
to it.
2 armadillos the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just walked outside. I'm like, oh, fuck, there's an armadillo. Went back inside, grabbed my 22, a flashlight, hit it on it. Pow, little fucker jumped up and did a couple flips.
did you murder it or did it
Fuck
run
yeah,
off?
I did.
Yeah.
And, like, what was hilarious was his buddy, like, saw that and him flopping on the ground, and it, like, went up to it, and I'm like, big mistake.
Yeah,
I fucking capped his ass, too. They ran off into the woods and, like, huddled up together, and I was like, oh, that's cute. You die together. Bam, bam.
Oh,
fucking
damn.
guy, man.
Don't dig holes in my fucking yard.
Damn.
Do
I
armadillos
work-
dig holes
They
in your
do.
yard?
They are a nuisance.
Yeah, I see them at my house too.
Murder 'em.
Usually on the road though.
Murder him.
Yeah.
Um,
They carry
murder.
leprosy.
I
and they're
know.
mean.
I learned that on this show
Yeah.
because
yeah.
I chased after one night.
That's what I
and,
hear.
And Scotty and Matt were like, "Dave,
No,
you know
man, dude.
armadillos carry leprosy, right, buddy?"
By any chance, did you hear that story? Because that story is not being told to you 100% true.
Yeah, what am I forgetting?
That's the story where we
Yeah,
got
what am
we
I
were
forgetting?
drunk and I think a little bit out of it. And we were, I think, buck naked or in our underwear chasing armadillos outside. And I think, was that the one that you caught the forest on fire with too? Or
I
was
caught the
the-
forest on fire because I dumped out my ashes in my wood stove
Right.
before they were 100% burned
Right.
out. Yeah.
But that, yeah. So, so
you,
all-
hey, you
you're
and
not
I
a
both
friend.
have some fire starting
hey, man,
stories,
I'm-
my friend.
I just,
Don't you put this on me, motherfucker.
I'm not putting anything on you. To be fair, that wasn't my fire story.
yeah.
So take that, bitches.
Take that, motherfucker. yeah.
I was just a part of it
Yeah. You were just a witness.
in his underwear.
Dude, your neighbors are up to all kinds of shit over there
Getting a
today,
new
man.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah,
To get a new roof and
yeah.
everything, yeah.
You got like 30 Mexicans on top of that place right
Oh
now.
man, they woke us up at like 6:30. I think they were out there doing
Getting
that.
started.
Yeah.
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 Dude, they are very efficient with that shit. At least they were when they put my new roof on because, dude, there was probably 6 or 8 of them maybe. And
Yeah, we had Premiere.
it was done in definitely
yeah.
less than 2 hours.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I know who it
May
is.
have been done less than an hour.
We
They
had
were
a group
fast.
here in Jeff City. They're just right off where we live here, and they're called Premier, and they hire a lot of immigrant workers. And when that big hailstorm 3-4 years ago came through, do you
Yep.
remember? You guys remember?
I do
know
remember that.
you remember that.
Because I just had a new roof put on about
I-
2 weeks before that hailstorm.
Oh well, you got another one about 2 weeks after that again too.
Actually,
then.
my roof actually did a good job.
Did
believe
it?
Or not. Yeah.
Oh wow, we had a new one.
Yeah.
And they, my neighbors, all of my neighbors had a new one except these guys. Something happened; they weren't able to get one. And then
Yeah.
that last one that just came through, they had to get one after that.
Yeah.
But those guys did mine and a neighbor, and I think they did 3 houses before noon in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally believe it, man.
I mean, they came in and knocked it out.
I think I've-
it's very
okay.
labor intensive, but it's not hard work.
yeah,
like you're
very
it's
repetitive,
yeah.
doing the same shit over and
Yeah.
over and over
Yeah.
again.
Like it sucks.
Yeah.
But
I will be the first to admit, fellas, that I am not built for that type of hard labor.
15, 20 years ago, I would have been I could have done it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have wanted to, but I could have
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah. It's
can't
just
do it
mental
now.
for me.
I can't do it now.
I just don't want to do that.
I don't think
shit.
I can physically do it now.
And it's probably
I'm too old.
because I didn't have a dad at my house growing up, so nobody really.
I didn't have a dad, fucker.
please.
Well, I do have a dad, and I love my dad, but he was not around much when I was a kid, and so I didn't have somebody there to teach me how to do all that manly shit. And you know how it is, like it's just like you with your affinity for killing animals. You were taught that at a very young age, right? You know
That's
what I mean?
kinda
And
creepy,
so,
man.
and so
I'm
it's
not gonna
stuck
lie.
with you.
I like
you know?
to look at it as keeping animals at bay.
Animal control.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe
The
that
not friendly animal
I
control.
do believe that it's important to cull the
Non-friendly.
population sometimes. We don't want to have so many deer that
Yeah.
everything running into them all
Oh,
the
see,
time.
now-
That
now-
kind of thing.
I love the conservation
Yeah.
of wildlife, but
Mhm.
it's when you're that's the only thing. I only go after nuisance, like possums, raccoons, shit like that. That's not, like deer. There's a place for everything until you
Yeah.
become a nuisance to me.
Yeah.
Now you're my problem. Now I'm gonna take care of my problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna relocate them to the big
I'm gonna
wilderness in the sky.
God, I hope I never become your problem, man.
Keep it up.
Yeah, because he's got no problem.
Keep teaching guitar half-ass, motherfucker.
Oh man.
Yeah. And it's such a weird thing to me because you're such a nice dude, but your attitude towards
Right, I always-
non-human entities is a little different.
Yeah.
Although I know you'll fuck up a human too if you have to,
Non-human
as we
entities.
just talked about.
Dude, I
minutes
think
ago.
every guy at this table at one point has admitted that they would more easily be able to fuck up another human than an animal. Besides you, I think
Right there.
you're pretty.
Yeah,
even.
it's pretty close for you.
But most of us,
Neck and
most of
neck.
us normies on this side of the table, just saying, dude.
Yeah, I know. Right. You need help, dude.
Yeah, need help to do that. But with a person, I
No, I
think
do
it
it
would be
just
a
fine
lot
by
easier.
myself.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. That's why I'm calling you whenever it inevitably happens.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a person that's earned a
if it-
punch to the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if it's a person that has earned, I don't know, being relocated somewhere else, like he was saying, I would be easier to do that than
Yeah.
to go after an animal.
Yeah, because generally speaking, the animal probably hasn't really harmed you, and,
Right.
and that human
And that person has
harmed you or harmed
Something-
somebody that you love
well,
or is
something
threatening.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Something has happened that has taken us to a point of no longer cordial or happy or nice. I
Yeah.
am murdering you and hiding the evidence.
Yeah, yeah. I surprised myself, dude. I've told you guys the story of when that dude tried to rob my buddy's electronics shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I surprised myself, man.
Dave turned He-Man.
Because in retrospect, sometimes I think, Dave, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. But it was a snap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. I just did what I did, man. I think most people probably are like that when they're in high pressure, fast decision making scenarios.
Yeah.
Especially if it's happening to somebody that you love, or somebody that your homeboy. You got your homeboy's back, right? This dude's trying to rob my homeboy's store. I'm gonna try to help him out.
Dave said, "Not today."
Not today, motherfucker. I
not
didn't
on
get to
my
use my
watch.
karate that day. That's the only disappointment about that day. I didn't get to, give him the old Bruce Lee sidekick that I've mentioned to you all before.
That he still knows expertly all these years later.
I do feel like I do still. I feel like if I needed to use it, I feel like muscle memory would come back. Now I might not be as fast as I was.
How
in
many
those days.
years did you do it though? Did you do
About
it for like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years?
closer to 10.
Closer to 10. Okay,
Yeah.
well then there I can see muscle memory.
And it was when I was a kid, and you know how
Oh,
your
yeah,
brain
yeah,
is
yeah.
like a sponge when you're a kid. You take
just
in a
remember
lot of
everything.
information quickly, and tend not to forget it. Not the case when you're in your 40s.
No, God no.
It's hard to learn new shit. Are you reaching that point, Mister? What, 28? You're 28, right?
29.
29. So
Don't shortchange
are you
man.
reaching that point where you feel like it's it's getting harder for you to like learn new tricks?
Not harder to learn,
Yeah.
but what am I willing to learn?
I feel like
because you only have so much time when you're a grown up.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like I don't have that much time to learn all of the things. So I'm going to
Yeah.
focus on what best works with me and my talents.
You got to
and how
prioritize
can-
it, man. Got to
What's
prioritize
pushing me
your
in this
shit.
direction that I want to go?
Yeah.
I will continue to follow that and
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, like I don't have time to go out and learn the new McDonald's burger combination so I can make it on the line.
Right. No, me neither. Me
Yeah.
neither. I do think it's important though. In
30 years ago, yes.
Yeah, I do think it's important though in your adult years to try to always have something in your life that you still get excited about. Something
sure.
that you're passionate about, or maybe it's a subject like I spend a lot of time learning about UFOs and shit. It's just one of those things that kind of makes me feel like a kid. You know what I mean? I get excited about it. I feel like it's a good thing for you to have at least one of those things in your life.
Like it's me in cars.
Yeah.
There's always something new, always something like there's where I'm willing to learn.
Scott, when you were a kid, did you are you the type of person that like when you would get into a certain subject that you would become like obsessed about it? Yeah.
I still get that way.
Same.
Yeah, it's
addictive
almost
personality.
It's almost to a manic state
Yeah.
at some points. Like,
Yeah.
and it depends on what it is. Like with guitars, hell yeah, I did the same thing that Biscuit was talking about earlier
Yeah.
when we were on break. I had like 15 guitars, I think, at one point. Like I had so many of them, but I could, hardly play anything.
Yeah.
But I just loved them. I loved collecting them. I loved
Yes.
like strumming them. I loved the smell of them when you would open up that new case.
Yeah, I love the
and
smell of a
holding
good
it.
guitar.
You just crack it, and it makes me. I had one of those Gibson Explorers, the big. We called it the Flying Stupid. You know what I mean? It's the opposite of the Flying V.
Yeah, what's it shaped like?
It has like it's got this big like axe design, and it kind of breaks out.
Oh,
and
it
it comes
looks like-
big up this way, and it goes down pointed this way.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was ridiculous. Yeah,
I think I know what you're
it
talking
was
about
silly.
now.
It was a cool one though, man.
I never
And
got
got
into
it-
any of
and I
those
got it on sale.
weird shaped guitars.
It was an Epiphone, so it wasn't exactly a Gibson, but oh god, it sounded great.
Hendrix played a Flying V
Yeah.
from time to time.
I
He
wanted a
was usually a
Flying V.
Strat guy almost all of the time when you would watch him. He was playing a Strat, but he fucked around on the Flying V. There's
I
only
agree.
one video known of Hendrix playing the acoustic guitar. There's only one video. He was playing a 12-string guitar.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys? Did you get into Hendrix?
A little bit.
Did you ever listen to his album that's just called Blues?
No.
It's kind of
I never got into the bluesy Hendrix.
it's-
Mine was mainly rock Hendrix.
Well, even the rock Hendrix was bluesy as fuck. Man.
yeah. Yeah.
It was all blues.
That's
He just distorted the fuck out of
oh
it.
yeah.
and
He just changed the blues.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy right there. Hendrix didn't know how to read music.
Nope. No clue.
I was
But he did all right.
he did all right.
Okay.
I was telling because I'm teaching
Main guitarists of his day would like stalk him, and he would
Oh,
like
dude.
turn
Embarrass him.
around. So he would embarrass him.
Yeah.
Or like-
There's a story that Eric Clapton tells of Hendrix doing that
Yeah.
exact thing
Yeah.
to
yeah.
him, like
They-
basically turned around and shredded and gave him a look like, "Sorry, motherfucker,
yeah, and
you are
then-
not gonna fuck with me."
And then afterwards gave him the finger and kept going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like those guys would like stalk him because he was so good and they wanted to emulate him like Clapton. I mean, who the fuck is Clapton trying to, good God, he's amazing. But no, he couldn't even hold Hendrix's jock, I don't think at some point.
I
when he was starting out, he couldn't at least.
I don't think that he could. For
you
sure.
know, but my God, man.
Part of Hendrix's charm, though, was that he was just a great showman as well. He
Yeah.
would set his guitar on fire.
Well,
or
and another
go
one,
hump the fucking amplifiers and shit.
another one too, George Harrison.
Yeah, what about
Harrison
him?
had that technique that he could just make that guitar cry, and
Yeah.
all those guys, even Hendrix tried to steal that technique off of him, but they just couldn't do it. It was the way he did it.
He had George Harrison definitely had a very distinctive style where when
Yes.
you hear him play a solo,
You know it's
you
him.
know that it's him.
Similar to Stevie Ray Vaughan.
And that's the thing, man, is like the way that you do it is not going to be the same way that I do it, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean that I'm better than you or vice versa.
Well, look at Green Day, man.
You should learn your own style. I had a buddy that I went to high school with that they brought up on stage during one of their shows. This dude's he's a
Green
badass
Day?
guitar player. Yeah,
Really?
Green Day brought him up on stage and had him play a song.
God, I don't
with
like
them.
Green Day.
I'm not. I listened to the Dookie album way back in the day when
No,
it was
no,
pretty popular. But
Dookie was
other
an
than
all right
that-
album. It was
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
But
I-
after that, it was like,
Yeah, I don't really fuck with him.
I had a
too much
buddy
these
who was
days.
just so gung ho for him. And
I got
so-
a buddy that's the same way.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I feel like those guys, man. So before, when they were still just kind of, punky, when
Yeah.
they were still Green Day, like, they didn't have anything flashy or anything, nuanced. There was no violins and shit in their stuff,
Yeah, like they
It
did
was just
in the
guitar,
later years.
bass, and drum, and everyone was just so amazed at how Billy Joe Armstrong played, because that dude had such the punch that his guitar would pull out. And at the end of the day, it's nothing his settings, his knob, his guitar, any of it can emulate. It's the way he would hit those strings.
Just his playing style.
It's just the way he plays, man.
And I think that's why compared to most guitarists, I don't obsess over tone and effects and all of that shit.
You should obsess over tone.
Well, you
but
should.
not emulation.
But
strive to sound like, but be yourself.
At the end of the day, you're going to sound like you, and it really doesn't, matter what effects. I mean, that does matter,
it does,
but I don't think it's
the
the number one determinant. I think the number one determinant is just your hands, your fingers, just developing your own style.
Yeah, that's true right there, man.
Boys, I really got to take a leak.
Man, Dave has done everything,
dude,
bodily possible in the studio tonight.
I have sinned, my friend, because I drank a lot of coffee this morning, and now here I am having a whiskey,
bourbon,
and bourbon and
still
Coke.
drinking your coffee there, it seems.
Well, it's still there. I haven't hit it in a while.
We got the old small batch Elijah Craig out, if you can see it.
I love the Elijah, man.
God, this is like the studio's favorite.
It's definitely my favorite of all of the bourbons that don't cost hundreds of dollars.
Mine too. Yeah. I enjoy the old Elijah Craig. There you can see her.
It's good stuff, man.
Oh, Elijah.
Oh, Elijah.
Give me your Craig, you son of a bitch.
Small batch.
You small batching bastard.
Small batch All right. We'll be back after this, folks. We're going to cool it down.
Dave's got to go to the bathroom.
I do.
Back soon.
Gotta poop again.
On the old 77.
Bitches.
Bet he's really running, too.
All right, gotta call it on that one.
All right, man.
There's a special place where you can dress your family for less. Every season you will always know that you can look your best. Sensible fashion, it's the way we dress. The neighborhood agrees. So the neighbors come to Walmart because we dress the family.
God, I love that bed. Hey, y'all, welcome back to the old 77.
It be a safe place.
Ting, in an unsafe world.
What you doing over there, Scotty? You throwing the cork to whiskey?
I tried to recork the Elijah Craig here, and it said no.
That stuff is so good, she deserves to never be corked. Don't you wish you just had a tap?
Out of all, dude,
yeah,
somebody needs to get in on that.
I'd never get anything.
Get in on that right there. Get that Elijah Craig on tap.
Good stuff.
Can we get that, please?
Sponsor of the show.
Might as well be now.
They're paying us a lot of money to talk about them right now.
No, they are not.
No, they are not.
That's the sad thing. Their product is that good that we're just talking about it. Because, in my opinion, Elijah Craig Small Batch is one of the finest bourbons that you can get for under $50.
I agree. It goes down so smooth.
Oh my God,
Scott! I won't mention it by name, but there was a brand of bourbon that I bought at a
local distillery
at the Morels and Microbrews.
Oh,
thing.
you got it there,
and we got a bottle of it, and I brought it here and I shared it with you.
You know what? I smelled that the other day, and it smells like it's aged a little bit. You may want to check it now.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
And if that's the case, then we're just going to cap it, set that off to the side, and let that baby age up.
All right. Well, it's definitely going to age because as long as I have any other kind of whiskey in here, I'm going to drink that shit first. Because it literally smells the way stinky feet, or it tastes the way stinky feet smell.
Oh, it was bad there for a while, and I'm not kidding. I mean, bad.
And it burns on the way down, man. Like Elijah burns, but it burns in a nice way, you know?
No.
It's very smooth and
warm. I
warm.
learned that. Keith Sampson, friend of the show.
Friend
Keith
of the
Sampson,
show.
executive producer at Learfield for years, decades
Keith
even.
is the man, highly respected man in the sports radio industry.
Right. Keith taught me how to properly enjoy bourbon. I had no idea. Like before it, when I moved to here and started Learfield, like I was a rum guy, you know, or what they would have
funny because
or what they would have called is a gigantic pussy.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yeah.
They're like, here, have some bourbon, and they're shoving it in my face, and I'm like, I always flash back to that first time I got sick on bourbon,
Yeah.
and threw up everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
how old were you?
18,
Yeah, okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't driving yet. So 15.
Okay.
I was at my sister's, and she egged it on.
So what did Keith teach you about drinking bourbon the proper
Well,
way?
I told him. He asked me, well, what is it you don't like about it?
Yeah.
And I said, man, that aftertaste and that burn.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like I had something wrong, and
It's because you did.
I always get that look. But he looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then he explained to me, because he was like, well, you don't get it. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he goes, that burn is what you want.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the distinct like aftertaste that you want from a good bourbon. He's like, you want it to have that burn that lingers on.
Yeah.
And once I figured that out, and he's like, and when it's burning, breathe in, and you can taste all those different notes. It's the way
Yeah.
you breathe. You breathe in through your nose with your mouth open, and you can like really, well, especially Keith taught it to me with a cigar, and we were at an event, and I had stogies, and he was showing me how to do it, and it was a bit of all right too.
He was pretty good at he knew his shit when it came to
shit when it
stogies?
came to all of this. Well, they had
Cool.
stogies at the event, so it was like, try it like this, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a bourbon drinker now.
I didn't realize he was well versed in stogies as well.
Well,
man.
we had he had one that night. I don't know if he's had one since. I mean, maybe on occasion, but
Sure.
yeah, back in the day, back when it was still Learfield, and not this new corporate bullshit that they're doing.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Things tend to
I'm
happen.
glad I got in on the last tail bit of real Learfieldness.
Yeah. Well, it's been worth it for me simply because y'all have turned me into a bourbon person.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thankful
I got turned
for that.
into one.
Yeah.
So you are too, man.
I'm thankful for that.
And I'm trying to only get what I really like. So
Yeah.
occasionally we step out like the Stinky Feet bourbon, but for the most part, I feel like you and I are the bourbon drinkers.
Stinky Feet bourbon.
Matty, when he was here, he did a lot of bourbon drinking too.
Yeah, he was one of the people.
Yeah.
He was one of the people that got me into it, man.
Oh yeah.
All of you motherfuckers got me into
Love
it.
some of that. Love some of that bourbon drinking with Matty. Oh, Kenneth Copeland.
So yeah, that's
This guy.
This guy. This is the guy who I was trying to think of off the air. So we were talking. Scotty and I were talking about, like a little bit about religion and stuff, and I mentioned that some of these TV preachers. Well, the comment that you made, Scott, is that some of these, a lot of these people don't even really believe in what they're preaching. They're just doing it,
they're
for
just
the
doing it for a
attention or for
status
the money.
symbol.
And so, and then my comment was, yeah, man, and some of those guys, especially TV preachers, literally are like the closest thing that I've ever seen to like Satan in the flesh. Case in point, Mr. Kenneth Copeland. Here.
Yeah, this guy.
Turn him up a little bit here.
Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew
She asked him about why he flies private, and so that's what his response is.
commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
He's got a point, though.
Listen,
She's just being a
I
journalist.
paid.
Good point.
You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now.
They're the best.
Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh, yeah.
They're the best. Yeah, he
Now-
loves this chick.
Thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me
Help
pray.
me not to kill this
let me
bitch.
just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do.
Uh-huh.
We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out. 122 million people.
What
to
we
the
got going
Lord
on
Jesus
here?
Christ.
Did we
Let me
lose
give you
it?
another
We
example.
did.
We still got the audio.
Last May, I was scheduled for Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long way.
Long way, a lot of money.
Long way.
I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
No, look at
Without
those
the
eyes, dude.
airplane
This guy
that
is
we have that I
straight
bought
up
from Tyler
insane.
Perry, and I didn't pay
Well, yeah, I
anywhere
mean,
near.
that's what he
Tyler's
does.
One of the greatest guys. He made it. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
My question then, okay, all right, but I want
All
to get to
right, that's enough. I don't need to listen to any more of this guy.
Oh man, he just made it so cheap for me that I couldn't help.
Piece of shit. Yeah, don't you hate it when that happens? When Tyler Perry offers you a plane on a great deal,
right? And you just can't help but buy that plane.
Yeah.
Smokes.
God, if I had a nickel for every time I bought a plane I didn't want to buy,
I'd still
have enough money to buy a plane.
I'd still have no planes.
Assuming Tyler Perry was selling it.
Because, Tyler Perry ain't selling it to a dude in a Superman shirt, slightly overweight.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tyler.
Apparently, he's got the hookup on planes, bro.
Fucker.
We got to remember that when we get like 2 or 3 more sponsors, right?
Yeah. And if you would like to sponsor us, feel free.
Yes.
Head on over to patreon.com/the old77podcast.
That's right.
There for just bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get some after hours content like what we're going to do next.
Come on, guys. We want a plane. Come on. Come on.
I mean, if we had to fly commercial to do everything that we needed to do,
yeah,
we still don't need to fly commercial, but we do need that plane.
we could buy a studio in Peru.
As a matter of fact, we could just buy a studio and put it in a plane, and then just keep it in the air to where we are we would be shock value all the time.
It costs a lot of money to do what we what we want to do.
It costs a lot of money to do what we're envisioning on doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on.
And we're going to see each other, so we need a big plane.
Yeah, we like to have privacy when we're not recording. We gotta, I have
That's a good point.
I have to have somewhere I can do my private things without Biscuit walking up to me going, "It's search gay porn."
That's going to happen anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's going to happen.
I'm trying to.
Could you imagine being in college with that cat?
No.
Especially today when you have phones like that. Oh my God.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody, not even my worst enemy. No, but I am trying to make it a habit of, when my male friends decide to use Siri or Alexa, I try to remember to yell, search gay porn.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I mean, let's be honest.
Funny.
It's a funny thing to do to your
In the
friends.
new job, people are doing that right in front of me. Hey, Alexa. And I feel so compelled to just scream it out, but I don't know them that well.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they'll be telling you to go to sensitivity training. Right?
Again.
You do some shit like
yeah,
that.
I know. Shit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That's one thing that I do like about my current job for the most part is they haven't made me go to too much training stuff. But that's because I'm not full time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have stuff coming, I'm sure.
That's the good thing of keeping one foot in one door and the other foot in the other is you don't have to commit really 100% of your time to either.
I do like that aspect of what you got going on.
That's the perks of doing what I do.
And you don't have to be there the whole time, so that's nice too.
Yeah, and they pretty much know, like, if it's my day off,
you ain't doing anything.
No, and it's not because I'm trying to be a dick. Like if that was my only job, or if I just had 2 jobs instead of 4, then maybe I would. Right.
No, I get that, and they need to understand that because that was the one thing I battled the entire time. Was you have to realize that this is people's part-time job. This isn't their main job.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that full-time attention. And my only response that I always got was, anytime I accept a job, I give them my full attention.
Yeah.
I said, well, that's good. How many part-time jobs have you had along with your main job? Well, none.
Yeah.
That's why.
I make it a point to always give my full attention when I'm there,
Yeah.
And
you can't do it 24 hours a day, though.
Yeah, and that's the same for any job, and I feel like, that's a reasonable expectation for an employer to have is when I'm there, you've got me. You know, but I have other things going on in my life.
And now with the pandemic, I mean, do you do any from home days?
I haven't far this season.
No.
I did a few last season, but honestly, I don't like it just because when I'm in the office, I've got 3 monitors.
Well, for your job, it's difficult.
Yeah, when you're editing audio and you've got 3 or 4 different windows open at a time, having a few monitors is
I get that.
Kind of important.
Yeah.
So plus I hate using the stupid fucking trackpad on the laptop,
I never did like using a trackpad.
It's the worst.
That's why you get one of the little USB mouse.
Yeah, and I have one of those. I have one of those now.
Pop that baby in. Do you have a dock?
I don't know. I just have a little thing that I plug into the USB, and then the wire, just like this little guy right here. Yeah, and then it.
No, I meant like for your work laptop. Did they give you a dock? Where you could like hook in a monitor and all sorts of stuff.
No, I'm sure if I asked for one, I could
put it in.
Yeah, I'm sure if I asked for one, I could, because I do have, like on my music studio setup, I have an extra monitor that's nice and big.
Yeah,
kind of like that one right there.
Yeah. I have another one of those somewhere around here.
Yeah. Anything where you got to multitask, man, it's kind of a necessity,
right?
To have.
No, that's 100%.
2 or 3 or 4 monitors.
I wouldn't mind having another 3.
Right.
Right.
And that's why folks should go on to patreon.com/theold77 podcast. So
help us out.
We would like 10 or 15 monitors.
So if I'm being honest, if we're going to be in this room for at least a little bit longer, I would like to take that monitor down, and I want to mount it over here on the wall like this one.
Yeah.
And I want at some point to have all of these monitors display the exact same thing. That way, no matter where you are, you can see what's going on.
Yep. You got a bird's eye view of everything all the time.
Yep. And then I want at least 2 good quality cameras aimed at us. Yeah. And I have possibilities of doing that, incorporating work stuff with that. So maybe.
What would be nice is if we could hire a young Jamie to look up shit like as we talk about it all the time.
Young Jamie?
Yeah, you know who young Jamie is, right? Yeah.
I know who you're talking.
Yeah. The guy.
Kind of like on Rogan.
And he's so fast.
We need
so
a guy
fast.
that can just be over here.
Just searching everything we talk about.
That could be also what's just...
I try to do that, but I feel like sometimes it takes away from the conversation.
That's because you're in the conversation.
If I'm
young
over
Jamie's
here,
not in the conversation.
Right, yeah. And, they do bring him in from time to time, but generally speaking, he stays away from it.
I love that we are even referring to him as young Jamie.
Yeah. Talk about a dude that got lucky, man. If I understand the story correctly, like he just by happenstance, I think, managed to meet Rogan, and they got to talking, whatever, and he figured out that he was an audiovisual guy, and next thing he knows, he's the dude.
He's the dude, yeah.
How much money do you think that guy's making doing that?
I'm sure he pays him respectably, but it's not probably over the top.
I bet he pays him more than average.
Oh, well, now that he's moved around with him, yeah, I'm sure he pays him over average. He's paying him now because he's him.
Because the story was that when Rogan signed to Spotify, they gave him about $300 million.
They gave Rogan, not young Jamie.
No.
Okay,
no.
I'm like, dude, I'll podcast for you for $5.
Dude,
shit.
I'm just saying, like, if I were in that position, if I were making that much money doing a podcast, I would for damn sure pay my other employees over the average.
He ain't getting $1 million a year.
No, probably not.
No, he's probably making. He may be making 90 to 100.
You think? I bet he's making more than that.
Or he's making 60 or 70. I bet he ain't making. I bet if he's making 3 digits, he's lucky.
You mean 6 digits?
Yeah.
6 figures?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
However you say it.
6 figures.
You're talking about before the comma.
Yeah.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Sorry.
All right, let's watch some more of this fucking creepy.
We watching creepy Kenneth Copeland?
Yeah, I feel like we
should. This fucker.
And
I hate this
here's
dude.
what happened. We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles, touched 5 continents, and
thought he was
preached
going to say something else.
face to face, personally, with 125,000 people.
Who's the dude sneaking around back?
Taking some pictures.
Do you ever
Some video.
use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Okay. Again, getting back to the comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Crazy.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that? By that
is this
term?
guy
Now,
even
just,
saying?
just explain, because it's really simple. You said you didn't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. What did you mean?
I love that she keeps repeating it.
Well, let me ask you.
Because you're a little demon.
Because you turn into a demon right now, honey.
I'll explain this to you.
Oh,
But it's
my
a biblical
God.
thing. It's a spiritual thing. It
Oh.
doesn't have anything to do with people.
Uh-huh.
People. I love people.
Oh, yeah, because they have money.
I'm sure you love people.
people get pushed
Oh,
in
man.
alcohol? Do you think that's a good place for a preacher to be and prepare to go preach to a lot of people when somebody in there is dragging some woman down an aisle? It made me so mad to see that on television. I wanted to punch the guy out myself. I can't be doing that while I'm getting ready to preach.
Yeah.
Well,
I can relate.
mean-
You know, I've seen videos on the internet that made me want to punch the person out too.
Case in point.
Man.
Jesus, look at that smile, man. He's a grade A creep.
That's one of my least favorite things in life, man, is just disingenuous people.
You know, I am 100% with you.
Yeah.
That bothers me when people are fake.
I do not like it when somebody has an ulterior motive.
I spent an entire week with a bunch of fake people, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know? Met a couple of genuines.
And,
But
you know, some of those people are probably genuine people in their private life, but they feel like they have to be somebody else at work. You know, I get that too.
yeah, I really noticed a cultural shock from myself.
Yeah.
So I was walking up, and this was the third day of the event, I believe, and this great, big, huge hulk of a man come out, and I feel like I feel like the only reason I'm saying this is because you need to know later, but he was a black man. He was a black attorney, very well dressed. He was a big dude. I mean, he was big in terms of like he could like smash me into a million pieces.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he could polish off a bucket of fried chicken.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not trying to say that as racist or anything, because that's you ever had a bucket of fried chicken? There's a hell of a lot of chicken in that.
Yeah, no,
and
I
that
never
sounds
have.
delicious. And I'm looking at the Elijah Craig, and he could really tear it up.
Yeah.
He could also eat an entire large pizza by himself.
Yeah.
He could probably also go to the biggest Kansas City buffet and eat all of it. He could probably do the same thing at a Hunan restaurant.
Hunan.
God, I love Hunan, right?
You're making
So
me
good.
hungry now, dude.
Okay, so that's I'm trying to. And maybe even go and eat all the tamales at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
He was that kind of dude.
Yeah.
So there you go. All the
Yeah.
stereotypes rolled into one.
Yeah, I think you
Did I
checked
hit
all
them
the
all?
boxes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
hold on.
maybe
1, 2,
Southwest?
3,
Okay,
4,
yes. Anyway,
yeah,
so
you
this
got
guy
it.
was a big dude, right? So he comes out, and I'm walking down the thing, and I have my badge on that clearly says I'm event and all this, you know, and we're talking, and he looks right at me. But I didn't realize behind me there was an entrance to this mall, and it was, you know, because I was walking around the corner, and this dude looked right at me, and he goes, "Yo, man, you good?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Yeah, man. Yeah, bro." I go, I didn't say, "Yeah, man." I said, "Yeah, brother. I'm good. I'm solid. What can I help you with something?" And he goes, "I ain't talking to you." And his tone shifted from that, "Yo, man, we good?" to like this very white, I am not speaking with you. And then he went back to like the ghetto talk, and I turned around, and his kid was back here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I was like, "Oh, I am so sorry, sir." And he just gave me this look. And then like, I got the fuck out of there, man, because I was going to get beat up.
Damn, man. You sounds like you and Biscuit have both had some incidents in the past week.
But like, I totally was like, "Woo, okay, brother, man. All right."
I call everybody brother.
I do too. I call everybody brother. If you're a man and you're in this country, even if you're, well, bullshit. If you're a man and you're on the planet, I am going to call you my brother.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Partly because of you. Well, because of you, I say brother man.
I've used brother man.
Yeah.
My buddy Brock, who passed away years ago, he coined that term.
He's the one that
and
got
so
you on it.
ever since he passed, I've just kept it going.
That's good.
I like it, brother man.
I've always liked brother, or in this case, brother man.
Yeah.
I've always liked that as a a greeting.
Yeah.
To another
You
another
know?
male.
I mean, what's up, brother? This guy totally took it though as I was saying he was black and I was white.
Well, and I also
was like,
I can
ooh.
understand where he may have been coming from.
You know,
with
I got that too.
Yeah,
I got that.
you know.
I was very like, yeah, man. I think I said like, yeah, brother, man, I'm totally fine. What's up? What can I do for you?
He probably thought you were trying a little too hard.
Maybe.
You know.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I totally.
You didn't mean anything by it.
No,
you're just trying.
I was trying to be helpful and be cool because I thought he was being cool to me, so I was being cool back to him.
Yeah. Turns out
I was wrong.
Read it wrong.
Read the room wrong on that one, brother.
I hate it when that happens.
There was another one too. I was telling you guys earlier. I think I told you, but I helped this little old lady up the escalator who had all of her stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, thanks," you know. And I just figured she was some little old lady. I
Yeah.
didn't see a name badge or anything. Come to find out, she was like on the Supreme Court or some stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like this one little old lady had more power than I've ever known of anyone ever.
Yeah.
You know,
Just goes
she
to
can
show
make
ya.
super change happen.
Yeah.
With a flick of her yes or no.
With a smack of
With
the
a
gavel,
smack
man.
of the gavel, you know.
wish
I got a nice compliment by her though, because I helped her and everything, and I had my badge on, and she knew who I was.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Don't you wish you had a gavel?
No.
I feel like I could use a gavel around the house.
Oh God, no.
You know what I mean?
don't want that. Although I had access to several this weekend or this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to make gavels when I worked at the prison.
Did they
that
do
was
that?
one of the things that we made in the wood shop.
Really?
Yep.
That would have been cool to see.
So isn't it kind of ironic that all of these gavels that are getting smacked onto judges' desks are made by people that were locked up by said judges? You ever think about that before?
Irony.
When you work for prison industries, you realize like how much of the stuff for the state is made by inmates.
Well, and that's a monopoly, man. In my opinion, that's a monopoly.
Yeah, it's the literally the cheapest labor.
Right? How can you undercut?
Possibly get in America?
How can you undercut? You can't.
Yeah. Hey, folks, thanks for listening. Stick with us for some after hours action.
That's right.
How can they get that action, Scotty?
So you can head on over to patreon.com/theold77podcast. There for a minimum $5 or really whatever you want to pay per month. You get access to early episodes. For instance, this episode is recorded today on a Sunday, so you'll get it in about a couple of hours. But normally you'd get it on a Friday or maybe even a Saturday. It comes out on a Tuesday, so you'd have the weekend to digest it, you know.
Get that early access.
You get that early access. With that, you also get access to all of our after-hours stuff. So after the show, we keep it going with a smaller quick segment afterwards where we just, you know, pop on, say hi, thanks for sponsoring, talk about something, give you a little something. Dave shows you some of his talent sometimes. We all have our, you know, you never know what you're going to get over on After Hours. And that's your bonus, your thank you. And you don't just get that one. You get access to over 300 of those.
Dude.
They've never been seen anywhere else.
They're adding up, aren't they?
They are.
God.
With every week, we put a new one in the kitty. So
put a new kitty in the titty. Right?
What he said.
Isn't that what? Yeah. That's
Man,
that's
give me
what he
another
said.
Elijah Craig.
Ooh.
I got to make that one make sense.
God, stay drinking's getting to me. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
hanging
next
out,
time.
guys. This is episode 174. You have the old 77. Thanks, guys.
Bitches.
Do, 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 do. Biscuit's a bitch and he had to bail, but that's okay.
He can go to hell. Oh, I'm sorry.
Love the motherfucker like a brother, yeah. He's Biscuit.
So fuck him too.